welcome back, survivors. I'm the Survivalist, and welcome to a new episode for Balatro. I'm not sure what I want to do with the weekends yet for a series, and I figure instead of going to another classic title or going through like more of Half-Life or trying like Doom or System Shock 2, I figure I'm going to take a little bit of a breather for a weekend, and I think a good game to cover will be Balatro. If you've played it, you can understand why it's so popular. It's one that's had, I think, one game of the year for like what it's done in that, and it's very simple to get into in that, but it's very complex and difficult to master. So what we're going to do is just play a basic starting game out with the very most basic deck and everything, and go along slowly and talk about like what it is. It's kind of like a... I don't want to call it a poker roguelike, because in all truth, there's actually not like a lot of poker aspects to it aside from the types of hands you play, because there's not really like bets or checks or folds or stuff like that. It's more so you're trying to get a score attack game, but you're using poker hands to build up towards it. So what starts off with, we can either choose to take on the challenge, which we have to get a minimum score, or we can skip it, and that usually gives you a bonus of something. This one is rerolls will start at 0 for next time we're at a shop, but we'll just select that and go through. So the idea is you want to try to see what kind of hands you can make and try to get the most score. You have points on the left here in the blue, multiplier is the red, you have how many hands you can play per like time you're up there, the amount of discards you can go through for the game, the winnings you get, or the point total you carry over that you can use to buy more cards, jokers, stuff like that. So right now it starts pretty basic of you just have to try to score 300 for the first go. I'm pretty close to actually having a straight, so I might do is I'll play these two, but I'll also play these just to draw 4 more cards and see what we get. So you can see here, a pair is 10 with multiplier of 2 on it. It's like it was 52, not really too big towards that goal, but we're trying. And I think we actually have Queen, Jack, 10, 9. Ah, we're still missing something. Okay, what I think I'll do is I'll see about discarding... I kind of want to keep the Jack, the 10, the 9, so I'll get rid of those two and see what we get. Okay, so now we got 2 Jacks, 2 10s, 9, and a 3. 1, 2, 3. I could try going for a flush because we do have the hearts. Or I could keep trying for that straight. That's where you kind of have to wait. Like, what do you think are the odds of what you'll get for what you're looking for? I think... Go and get rid of the 10 and the 9 there. Actually, maybe I'll even get rid of those 3. Try to increase our odds, maybe getting another heart. No heart, but we did get a king, so we can get the straight in place. And then one thing to mind is... You can change up the order of how the cards will be played when you, like, choose to play the hand. And you can choose to sort by rank and suit. This is actually something that'll become important later on when you're trying to maximize your points, because I'm not very good at Balatro. I've won a few games in that, but there are some things that I easily miss. But the straight seat gives us 30 with multiplier 4 onto it, and I think it also adds the points of each card on top of that. So that's just your base win there. So play that. Yeah, so that gets added onto there. Yeah, so if you have fire over the numbers, that basically means you won with just that hand. So there's our score total. We get a little bit of cash to spend for winning. We get 2 hands remaining, so there's a little bit more. So now we have $5 total. And this is our first shop. So there's a little bit more to go into here. Planet cards here are basically used to upgrade whatever hands you'll play. So right now, all the hands are level 1. I think if I go run info, yeah, these are all the hands here. So they're all level 1. As you'll go up in levels or you get planet cards to upgrade them, they'll give you more points and higher multiplier with them. Jokers are basically like run modifiers. They have a way of when they're always in play and they have a bunch of different effects. Like this one is, you'll earn $5 if 3 or more face cards are discarded at the same time. If you're trying to get a lot of funds, it can help you there. But with us just starting out, I think we want to just go for a Joker pack or the Buffoon pack and see what we can get here. So we've got ×4 multiplier if played hand contains 4 of a kind. That's very powerful, but the problem is I don't think we'll get 4 of a kind that often. Or we can get the blue Joker, which is you'll get +2 for the chip total here on each hand for every card remaining in the deck. So I think that's going to be a very good one to snag. So we'll take that one to start off. And I think that's all. Yeah, that's all we can do. There's no point to re-roll the shop because we'll be broke. It costs $5 for that. But every $5 you save in your wallet or in your like funds or bank or whatever you want to call it, if you win if you win against like a blind, then that gives you another $1. So there's kind of incentive to try to save your funds and see how you do. So this one now, the big blind here, we need 450 to beat it. So we've got a pair right now, and I'm kind of thinking maybe... Oh, see, I'm into this dilemma again, because I've got Jack 9, 8, but I still need a 7 and a 10. So I'm kind of thinking maybe what I'll do is we'll get rid of these 3. It saves the pair, and we might be able to build up for a flush with the diamonds. So we'll try discarding that and see what we get. Okay, so we've got 2 pair now, which might not actually be bad to play. Just get those out. And then we do have a couple hearts we could try building with. It's not a big thing, but at least it's a little bit. And we save some discards to be a little more strategic with along the line. Yeah, that plus 80 is a very big helper there. Okay, so we've got... Okay, we're into another dilemma. 1, 2, 3. We got 4 spades, 3 hearts, but a pair there. Now, I can't remember if you actually get bonus for anything for saving the number of hands you still have to play or not. So I'm going to try to go for a flush of spades. And we got it handily. Yeah, that's due. We'll play that. And we'll see the breakdown again after this is completed. But this should probably be enough to get us over the total we need. Oh yeah, easily. So we've beaten that blind. Let's see. Score at least that. So there's 4 winnings there. So we do get some money for saving hands, and then we get interest for $5. That's it. So $7 on to what we had. Okay, now this is interesting because the hologram. This Joker gains times 0.25 multiplier for every time playing card is added to your deck. So every time we would add a new card to the deck, that gets more powerful. Which, to be honest, this early on could be really good paired with that. We haven't had too much problem trying to reach the points, so I'm thinking I will spend big to get that, and we can actually use that with this right now. Because if we buy this pack and open it, you have standard packs which are like, you get new cards. Some of them have different effects, like that's a King of Hearts, that's 8 of Diamonds. This one is a 7 Diamonds, but the pattern on it has a multiplier effect. So if it's played, you get +4 to the multiplier there. We'll take that. That gives us a little bit of a boost there, and we'll go to the next round. So we have all spade cards are debuffed, which basically means we can play the hand, but if we were to play these cards in it, they wouldn't add to the total on the left. So we don't want to keep those. Probably good just toss those. And I think we're good to throw those 4 out. So that way we can try for a flush with the hearts. And looks like we did get it. Oh, although that has the multiplier, I'm actually going to change and keep the 7 in hand, because I have the pair with the multiplier, so that could help us if we need more in the long run. So we'll play that, get a little bit of build-up going, and see how much we're off from like the full total we need. Actually, never mind. We hit it with just that one hand. It can take a little bit to get started and like learn the patterns of like how to play or that, but early game is usually pretty easy to clear through a lot of stuff and get like a foundation built up. Like we have... That could be very good, actually. This, hearts and diamonds count as the same suit, spades and clubs count as the same suit. Now, you might think this is, oh, that's only good. That's easily pick that up. Most circumstances, yes, but what we had just played, that blind, could actually have been very bad for this, because that would mean it would be both spades and clubs would have been debuffed. So it's one of those ones where it's like, okay, maybe it'd be worth it to buy and hold on to this Joker, but there are also times you want to sell and get rid of it, because you could actually shoot yourself in the foot with what you pick up. Like, a first hand round only has 1 card, add permanent copy. That actually could be good with the hologram, because that means every hand, or every time we play a game, we're getting another plus 0.25 multiplier to that. I think I am going to take that. is going to be, I'm hoping this will be an investment for the long run, and I don't think it'll be too bad for, like, compared to this. Because if we have another one where it's like hearts are debuffed, or diamonds are debuffed, or clubs are debuffed, then it means we have, like, half of our entire deck won't give us points. This combo, though, hopefully will help. So we could either get a free Mega Standard Pack, or play the small blind that has 800. We actually might skip this next blind, but I'll talk about that when we reach it. So let's start into this one. Now it says... I'm actually wondering if I should go for... We'll play that, because that will trigger that. So we get it. Yeah, it's not too much there, but again, it's still not bad to start. I think we'll discard these three and just see what we pick up. Okay, I could go for the 2 pair. Do I do that, or do I hold off and get rid of some of this? No, but see, here's the problem. There's 3 spades again. I'm going to try this, and I'm just going to toss a 2 in because I can redraw something else if that's in. It won't count towards the total because it's not the type of hand, but it at least does help thin things out a little bit for future options. Okay, so we got 3 clubs, 3 spades. I'm thinking I'll discard these 2 because we do have a lot of discards. You don't really get a benefit right now for if we, like, don't use any discards, but the hands we do get a benefit for. So I'm going to try to go through our discards a little more. 6, 4, oh, see, again, we're 1 shy there, and we're 1 shy the other way too. It might be dumb, but I'm going to try to discard that to see if I can get a... Couldn't quite get what I was looking for, but it actually didn't work out too bad, because I still do have a straight that came through. So we'll play that, and see how that does for points. Yeah, not really that high a point total, but enough to get us past the small blind. So a little bit of funds, 1, and we don't have 5, so we don't have any interest we earn. So we've got played cards with heart, give +3 multiplier when scored, or for every discard you get some chips with that. I'm thinking I might actually want the Lusty Joker, because getting the multiplier value up plus the hologram, I think will be pretty powerful. So we are broke right now, but that's okay. And I'm actually thinking I might want to take the skip line, because what the negative tag means is you can see right here we only have 5 Joker slots total, we've used 4. But a negative tag means the Joker we pick up doesn't take up a slot, so you could have more than 5 at a time. So it's risky, but I'm going to try that, and we'll see how we do going on to, like, the boss blind, which is the house here. So the first hand will be drawn face down. It's dumb, but I'm just going... Oh, actually, you know what? Let me try just doing that, see what that gives us. Because again, that helps for the multiplier total there. It's not a lot, and it does take down what we can do. I'm just going to, I think, use up to 2 discards to see just what we get here. To be honest, I might actually try going for more hearts, because we already do have the build-up. This could be our win right here, because we do have all the hearts, which will add into +3 multiplier per each scored, with the multiplier at the end there. So we'll try it and see how it goes. Yes, 45 times 7, 55 times 10. As you can see, points can add up very quickly, but every, like, level you go up... Yeah, that... Well, probably more than triple what we needed there, so... If you get the right combo, it can be very potent early on. But you kind of need that, too, because as you get higher and higher, it gets much more challenging to meet the demands needed. That... It's actually not too bad. Times 3 multiplier on final hand of round isn't too bad for what it is there. Although maybe I'll hold off for a moment, because we talked about the planet packs upgrade your card totals. You have tarot cards, which can do things like transform a card to have a certain buff. This one here changes 1 card into a gold card, so if you hold it in your hand when the round ends, you get some money for it. We don't have enough for that. Spectral packs, though, are more rare and have some interesting options in them. So I'm going to pick this up. Like, we can destroy one random card in our hand, and we get 3 enhanced face ones. So I'm going to do that. We don't choose what it'll kill, but that we're going to get more cards added to our deck helps with that a lot. So you can see, now we're at 2.5 times there. And we will take that card, and we'll move to our next round. So, the economy tag says double our money. We only have $3. It's not really worth taking it now, so we'll just play this blind and see what we can build up. And truth be told, I'm actually going to do this to get the DNA to help us, so that way that's copied, and we have that helping further. And yeah, you can see that actually added up to a lot more points, because this effect is you get 1.5 times multiplier if that stays in your hand. So I think what I want to do is maybe look at discarding those 3, see if I can find a jack to bridge that gap. It's pretty narrow for what I'm looking for, but we'll see if I can get lucky. Not quite, but not too bad either, because I could do 2 pair right now. We do have... I'm going to just get rid of that pair and see. Wasn't worth it. Okay, I think I'm going to go for... Shoot. Okay. Maybe try getting... No, because that's a pair right now. Try getting rid of those 2? Okay, we got lucky there. 9, 10. Jack, Queen, King. I actually... I'll play that to save the 2 diamonds, just in case I do need to play another down the road here, but... I think that might be enough with all the boosts we've got for things. Yeah, that cleared it right out for us. So that'll at least get us over with $5 again, so we can start earning interest. And I don't think there's anything I want to pick up here. That certain decks you can have where it's almost like you're guaranteed to be playing flushes, that could be helpful in, but it's hard to guarantee right now. I'm not playing straights too often, or will like be that selective, so I think all we'll do is we'll hold on to our money for now and move to the next round. So we could either get a free pack that gives us a couple of upgrades for like cards we play, or we can just go for the big blind. I think I want to save up some of the money, or build up our funds, so I'm going to do that. So we've actually got another straight possibly in build here. Now, we do need to try... We do have our little dancing DNA there, so what I'm going to do is discard that first. And I'm actually going to play that, so we get a duplicate of that one. And now that's a ×3 multiplier on that. Which, already halfway through from playing a single card. Now, I could do that again, but I think I might actually see if I can go for the diamonds there. Although, I guess it doesn't matter too much, because, like, again, I can just play that, and we basically will have this one, I think. Yeah. Just 30 points less, but we still were able to clear that, no problem. There we go, 7. So now we'll have some interest if we save on all that. But I might actually want to pick up the seed money, because, I mean, we have to get a lot of funds for it to pay off. But instead of, like, only... I think it's... Yeah, at max, if you only have $25 saved up, then you only get $5 total. But that, in the long run, can pay off much better. So we'll try picking it up and see how we do. We can go into debt, but we don't want that. We want to save our last slot. That would be hard to kind of pull off the flower pot. I mean, the ×3 is very appealing, but I don't think we can do that. So we got to meet 4,000 here, and cards drawn face down after each hand played. So we'll kind of want to be selective of what we play. I think what I'm going to do is get rid of these 3 and aim for another straight. Which we did get, and what I think I'm going to do is actually play that, so that way the DNA will proc off and give us its thing. So there's a quarter of the way through, and now we should be able to do... Actually, I might even do this, so that way I'm losing a little bit of points for the King of Diamonds, but putting the heart in will help us with the Lusty Joker, so we'll play that and see. I'm also trying to go a little bit more slow and methodical to explain my process. One thing I know is bad habit in me for games is I tunnel vision and zoom through stuff much quicker than I should. Like, over double for the fish there. So there's $5 in winning. We got a couple hands left, and we got a little bit of interest, so that put us up extra $8. Okay, now this... Okay, the money tree is interesting, but I don't really have a lot of funds right now for it. I could go for the regular Joker here, just because it won't affect our interest, and it does give us, like, a guarantee for the multiplier, but... this is the big one here. Like, if you skip blinds, it could pay off a lot, but it's also the case of, like, it might be better to play the blinds to get the benefit from them. So you know what? We'll leave everything as it is for now. I could get an extra $10, or we can play it. What would I win here? I get 3, plus 2 interest, plus maybe 3. So I actually think it's better to skip the blind to get the funds, rather than to have played that, because I earn more money than I would have the other way. This one we're going to play because we're not going to go for the pack. We'll play that, just to get the DNA to go off. Glass cards are risky to play, because basically they have a 1 in 4 chance that the card's destroyed on play. So I'm kind of tempted... Okay, we've got... I'm tempted to go for a straight here, so I might... Yeah, I'm going to discard all of those, try to get another heart, which we got. We actually got a wild card, so the smear here basically means it counts as every any suit. So play that. This could break the glass card. We'll see what happens. If it does, at least we do have like the second we had made with the DNA and gotten a little boost. Yeah, there we go. We lost the card. It's 1 in 4, so odds can feel a little harsh on that, but at least with the DNA, we had the coffee made up and saved. So there's $10 in interest to help us out a fair bit more. And we have more options. So the Hangman, this is basically if you want to really maximize your deck for, you want specifically only certain hands and cards available, which it can be pretty handy for it. And I might pick that up along with the money tree. The Fortune Teller is, if you use tarot cards, you get a multiplier plus, but we haven't actually used any yet. This will be our first one. So I'm going to go for the money tree, just to build that up for, again, I'm thinking long-term with that. And even if we do buy that, we'll still have the $20 interest we would have earned anyway. And I don't think we can actually... Yeah, we can't use this yet. You basically have to have the cards displayed before you to use the tarot cards. So that... Okay, the plant is going to be interesting. All face cards are debuffed. So I basically think we want to basically discard all those. And yeah, we want these are going to be debuffs, so there's no point in holding on to them. What I might want to do is actually try using this for like really small numbers, like the 2s or that, but 6, 5. Actually, I think we have... Okay, I'm going to... Oh, this is... I'd love to throw the ace in, but I think it's better to get that. Although, you know what I could do? Let's play that just to get DNA to do its thing, get a little bit of a helper there. We get a big boost of the chips from the blue Joker to start. Yeah, there's a little bit in there, but now... We'll play that and see how high that takes us up. Because my big thing is, I think the multiplier is going to help us more than the chips would have from the Ace of Spades here. 92, that. Okay, it helped a fair bit, but we're still a ways off, but we do have more to go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's no... I mean, we could hold on to that to try to go for a flush with all spades, but we won't get the chips counted from that, so I think we'll want to look at getting rid of those and see if we can try to get more clubs or something else with them. And we got kind of dicked over. We have one more discard. I'm going to toss this, see what we get. Okay, we did manage to get lucky, and we have another straight here. So we'll try that and see if that'll be enough. Like, we only had 3 hearts, but I had no more discards, so that wouldn't have helped out too much. It's not a lot, but it's enough to get us by, and we still had a hand left over. The Acrobat here for the time swing on final hand around, I think is going to be like a saving grace clutch we might need eventually. Like, it applies for every round, but it does mean we are losing out on a little bit of funds we earn from the hands if we have to rely on it. Okay, let's see. We can reroll the Bloss Blind 1 time per ante, but it costs $10 to do that. We have a half Joker. We have played Hangman's 3 or fewer cards. It gives us plus 20 on it, which actually... I might pick that up, actually, just to help with DNA. Like, the Gross Me Shell is also pretty good, plus 15, but there is the 1 in 6 chance that's gone after use. But this one... We'll try it because of how DNA is working for us right now. I think we won't pick anything else up, so we can save up the interest there. And try with this. Okay, so I actually think we'll play that, just because that'll help there. Oh, wow. One card. Okay, that actually worked out incredibly well. All it took was the 1 card, and we beat that single hand. I wasn't planning for it to be that strong, but I'll take it. Oh, we got a Celestial Pack and that. I think we'll go for the Spectral. Take a look at that, because the Spectral don't appear all that often. They have, like, the most extreme of things you can get out of them, like... We can add a gold seal to a card in our hand, or we can destroy 1 card in hand and get 2 random aces. So I think we're going to do that. So now a couple more aces. We get that. Goes up to 4.5. And I don't know if I want to do the Celestial. I'm going to do the Celestial. I'm going to try to see if we can get a high card. Because, like, ironically enough, thanks to the DNA and Half Joker and Hologram, all this adding up, if we can get the high card up high enough, we might not have to play many hands aside from like a single card at a time. So we're going to use that. And you can see it basically added up more points and more base multiplier. So I think that's good and in order. We'll go to the next round and see. We have our 6 of 6 Jokers, so I don't think we want to look for that one yet. I'll probably want to replace something down the line, but we'll see how it keeps going for now. And not that much here. I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll discard these and see what we can get. Because I'm going... Oh, that actually... Yeah, I'm going to go for that, because again, we get another one of those that has the effect, and we can actually play that again to help us out down the line. 124 by 124. Almost had another win in just that hand. But we'll take it with this one. So how does this stack up? We're not going to get the plus 20 from this guy, but we're still doing decent without it. I might actually look at replacing the Lusty Joker with something else, depending on what we see options down the road. There's 11 to our total. No, I mean, that one could be good if we kept doing pretty well, but I don't think we want that. I think we'll go for the $4 Celestial Pack. We're basically only going to get a total of the $35 from the interest if we play. So we'll open that sucker up, see what that takes us to. And I'm not sure what I've got the most of. I've been getting a few straight, so I'm kind of leaning that one, but I might go 3 of a kind, just because that could work well with what we've got here with the half Joker. So we'll try that and see. And we've got cards played previously, this ante are debuffed. So basically, I think it means anything we played the last round, or actually it could be both these rounds, will now be debuffed and we can't use them again. No, maybe it was just last round. So what we'll do is we'll play that to start, because DNA, you do your thing. Yeah, not too shabby. Now, I do have the gold card. It's $3. It's extra $3, so that's in our hand at the end of round. I could go for the flush of old diamonds, but I kind of want to save the ace. So what I think I'll do is we'll toss these 3 back and try to find another diamond. And we got it. So we'll do those. They can go in for us, and we'll get an extra bit of money thanks to that in hand. Because I think this should be enough to clear this. We only need 5,000. I think that's a little more than 5,000. Yeah, so now we're up to that. And, oh! No, we were at 35 already, so we won't get an extra bit of interest from that. Yeah, now we got 7 there. Now we're starting to earn some good funds coming in. So we're over 52 now. This, I think, is basically a universal buy as long as you look at it. Like, it's $3, and what it does is it gives the total sell value of all current jokers for you. So right now, we'll get $18 back. So it's basically, we're profiting by 15 if we use that. So now we're up to 67, and I'm thinking we'll take a look at these Arcana packs. These are, you open them up and you get the choice of the tarot cards, like the Hangman we haven't actually used yet. So we can get certain cards up to diamonds, we can get up to 2 random tarot cards, or we can get a steel card. I'm actually thinking I might use this in conjunction with these low cards to clear them out. And then I can now use this to get both extra random tarot cards that appear. Ooh. And we got a Wheel of Fortune, what could be a very good card or is a complete dud and has no use. There's a 1 in 4 chance to add either a foil effect, a holographic effect, or a polychrome effect to a random joker. So we'll try it. And if it's a foil, that joker gives you plus 50. If it's a holographic, it gives you plus 10. If it's a polychrome, it gives you times 1.5. Because it's on a joker, they are always in place, so no matter what, they get their things off. Unless you have, like, your jokers are debuffed. Nope, nothing. Okay, well, you use the High Priestess, gives us 2 random planet cards, so we'll pop that. And we actually got 1 to help us for pairs, so we'll pop that. And we have 1 that will help us for the high card again, which we do want to pop because of how we're working with DNA. And I think we'll go for this next Arcana pack, see what options we have, and go from there. So we got another Hangman, we've got Death, which converts the left card into the right card, and you can drag cards around to rearrange, or we can try another Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to gamble just to see if we get lucky with it. I doubt we will, but if it goes off, it's a very nice little plus to have. Yeah, nothing there. And I am going to go for the Wasteful to get 1 discard each round, just so that way it's easier to have. So that's done. The Abstract Joker, it is interesting if you can have a lot built up. Like, I think if you get this with a negative effect on it, it would be incredible to have, because it just gives you an extra plus all the molt with no, like, consequence. But I think what we'll do... maybe we'll try going up to the Serpent, and then we'll end things off. We've got 1 voucher to the next shop. I can't remember what voucher means. Oh no, it's the little, like, run modifiers that have been, like, $10 in the bottom there. Those are the vouchers. But we'll play this and see what we get. I am yeah, you know what? I'm going to play that to get, again, because this has been very potent to get. If we can get a lot of these in our deck, that could be powerful to get oh, wow. one card was all it took, and we're already through that blind. And we get the 9 because of how much we've been getting those other vouchers. So that helps a lot. I think I'll go for the Arcana pack, because the biggest thing I tried to rationalize is, if I'm going to play this round, what is the closest, like, round of 5 do I have? So I'm going to be $60 at the bottom for what I want to maintain, so that way I'll be able to get something good. So I could go for the Mercury, that'll get us down to 61, or this will be able to give us some options and we'll still be at 60. So we'll try the Arcana pack. We can change one card into a glass card, enhance 2 into multiplying cards, or 2 into bonus cards. I feel like I'm getting the points I need thanks to the blue Joker, but the mults could always be a little bit improved so that way hologram really shoots off. So I might use you onto the ace and the king there. Just that way if I see them again and I get DNA, I can copy and we flood the deck with those. And I think that's everything I want to do for now. Yeah, we'll save the 60 so that way we get the interest and go for this one. So we need to earn the 30,000 or we can go over a spectral pack. I think I want to play it though just to get all the funds we could with how high the interest is starting to get. And there's another one of our favorites, so we'll play it again. I do wonder how many of those I've started to get in the deck now. It's like, I have to have at least 3 or 4 of them. Okay, so now we do have... we got a pair there. I'm kind of thinking... maybe tossing those and seeing what else we get. As we got 2 pair here, or do I... like, this is the deck for what we have. Oh, I've got 5, 7 of diamonds. I kind of feel like maybe I want to go chasing those. So we'll see what we get. I mean, I could get 3 of a kind with that. We do have the multiplier. Yeah, I'm going to try that and just see how it does. Since we've just been doing, like, the 1 has given us a lot. I know that... oh, this will also have the plus 20 because it is only 3. Not quite the one-hand win, but pretty close. Some more funds. Got a couple more there, and 12 onto that. Now we're ranking. Now we're raking in the cash. Okay, so we've got 78, so we could look at either going to 75 or 70. I'm kind of leaning maybe I'll go for the 70. See if, like, with this being a jumbo, we get more options to pick from. If there's anything really good there. I actually want to... now, I want to see if this overrides it, so that way it counts as, like, any suit. Because I think it might keep the multiplier on it, but I'm not 100% sure. The other options, a glass card, lucky cards, I don't really have anything that would really help with those. They can pay off well. There's a 1 in 5 chance when it gets counted for points, it'll give you plus 20 multiplier chance, or there's 1 in 15, you'll get $20. So that can be helpful, but I think we'll just see if that holds both effects. No. Okay, so a bit of a shame, but at least we know going forward. And I think we'll hold on to the last of our funds, because don't want to dip down under the 70. So we'll take the Serpent. So after player discard, we always draw 3. So that could be a bit handy for us. So I think we basically actually want to look at even just starting one card at a time, because it's going to keep giving us a lot in our hand to play around with. Like, truth be told, this is getting kind of hard to see right now. I was hoping for something good to duplicate. We'll start with, I guess, the ace. Yeah, start with that, get a duplication on that. That will actually let us draw another 3 cards. That, not quite half, but considering everything we're getting in hand, I don't think it matters too much. So I think we could do a... that one... okay, no, I think I want off that to plunk... not that one. Not that one. That one in, because that's going to be a straight flush that... it's basically all clubs, but we have the wild cards, so that counts as 1. So we'll throw that out and see what that brings us in. We won't get the plus 20 or the benefits of that. Oh, actually we will because of that. Helped a bit, but not quite as much as we could have used, although I'm kind of thinking maybe we should just do the 3 7s. Because that's 3 of a kind. We have a king, or a steel card, which will give us a ×1.5 multiplier in. So I think just that will probably give us the win here, if not heavily exceed it. Okay, not quite as high as I thought, and that's now where we're starting to see a taper off of our build a bit. So I think I will want to look at replacing a Joker with something that can help further along. We haven't had to use the Acrobat yet, so we've been holding out okay for that, but we are feeling the crunch a little bit more. But I think what we'll do is we'll end the episode of Balatro here for today, keep going tomorrow, and see what you guys think of the game. I adore this one. If this becomes a weekend series, I could easily keep going for a while with it, because there's a lot of decks to try out, a lot of different modifiers, all kinds of jokers. It's a proper roguelike, where you don't really get passive benefits between runs, which you usually see in roguelites. You do unlock more options along runs you'll find in C, but you start from the same base all the time. It's all your choices that matter. But yeah, I think we will end things here for today. So thank you all very much for joining me on this episode of Balatro. If you did like the video, be sure to give it a like. And if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure in the comments right down below. Until I see you all next video or episode, those survivors, please remember, as always, to take care and stay alive.